What is up, you guys? It's another day, another time, and another week for your favorite Kentucky boy, Reverend James H. Glover III. And I'm coming to you with another word from the web on this morning. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And I got a question for you. When are we going to stop thinking small? When are we going to grow up? Don't worry about it. We're about to talk about it here shortly. Let's hit it. What is up, everyone? It's another day, another time, and another week for yours and my favorite Monday morning show, Away from the Red Podcast. That's right, it's your man, your brother, your cousin, Reverend James H. Glover III. So let's get ready to ignite our passion, unleash our potential, and conquer our goals with Away from the Red. Each episode is packed with inspiring stories, practical tips, and empowering advice to help us live our best life. And how are we going to live our best life if we don't know who God is in our life? It's time to unlock our inner greatness and make our dreams a reality. Welcome to one of the ultimate sources of motivation and empowerment, which is Away from the Web Podcast. Well, our motto here is we may not have all the answers, but I promise you we know the man that does. So let's jump into it. Let's go. That's right, y'all. We talking about today, when are we going to grow up? You know, a lot of us, if we're really honest, we are grown in age. But when it comes to our mindset and our maturity, we still got that kid-like mindset and that kid-like maturity. And it's not our fault a lot of the times. It's a lot of the times the fault of how we was brought up, how we was raised, and the circle of the people that we surround ourselves with. But my question to us on this morning is, when are we going to grow up? You know, a lot of us say that we love the Lord. He heard our cry, and he pities our every groan. And as long as we live as trouble wise, we're going to hasten to his throne. But the minute that the trouble starts coming, we want to run back and act like a little kid and act like we haven't had no relationship with the Lord in our life. You know, it's easy for us to say that we love the Lord when things are going good. But when are we going to stand strong and be on our adult business and be about our Father's business when the storms come? Because I said this in an address that I gave a couple of weeks ago. You know, a lot of us have been saved for many years or have been going to church for many years, but we are still walking around with that kid-like mindset. We are still walking around with that kid-like maturity level. We've been going to church, but we still acting like a kid. We've been saved, but we're still acting like a kid. We've been going to church for 20 or 30 years, but we still got the same testimony that we had when we was 5 years old. When are we going to grow up? And growing up does not automatically mean that just because you get a certain age, it doesn't make you grown. I heard my mother say that many times, and I never understood what she meant until life started lifing. And as life starts lifing, you understand that age don't make you grown. What makes you grown is how you handle your business. What makes you grown is when you get knocked down, you get back up. That's what makes you grown. And sometimes what happens to us is we got to hit rock bottom. And hitting rock bottom is not always a bad thing, because what that lets us know is that Jesus is our rock at the bottom. The same one that was there with us when we was at our highest points is the same one that's with us at our lowest points as well. You know, a lot of us in our lives right now, we have the story of Job. We are living our best life. We're serving God, we're worshiping God, we're witnessing, our family is doing well, our health is well, everything is fine. And then God gives Satan permission. You know what? You can do whatever you want to him. Just don't touch his life or don't touch their soul. In a minute that Satan comes at us, if you look at the story of Job, the minute that Satan came at him, he attacked his family, He attacked his wealth. He attacked his livestock. He attacked his children. He attacked his home. But there was something very peculiar or unique about what Job did. Job didn't act like no little kid. Job didn't throw no temper tantrum. All Job did was whipped off all of his clothing that he had on and fell down on his face and said, you know what? Naked I came into this world and naked I'm going to leave. Still blessed be the name of the Lord. So my question to us on this morning is, when God allows Satan to take everything away from us that we thought that we needed, because let's be honest, at the end of the day, we don't need all of his earthly things. They're nice. But let me ask you a question. How many of you have been to a funeral in your life? If you've been to a funeral, I want you to answer this question for me. Have you ever seen a U-Haul following a hearse on its way to the cemetery? No. And you know why? Because you can't take none of that stuff with you. All it's going to do is collect dust and be here for somebody else to argue over at the end of the day. So my question to us is, when are we going to grow up? When are we going to stop investing time in all these little trinkets of this world and build our hopes on things eternal? We got to get our mindset correct. We got to come with that correct mindset of, you know what? God is for God I live and for God I will die. Yes, these earthly things are well. Yes, these earthly things are fine. Yes, these earthly things are nice. But you know what? Even if God takes all these things away from me, I'm still going to worship him. I'm still going to serve him. I'm still going to be a witness for him just because of who he is in my life. So as we go through our week on this week, I want to ask us a question that I asked us in the beginning. When are we going to grow up? At the age of 12, Jesus left his mother and father and stayed back in the temple. And when his mother and father came back to him, he looked at him and said, why was you looking for me? You must have known that I must be about my father's business. So at the age of 12, Jesus had the right mentality. Jesus had that grown-up mentality. Now, some of us, if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you're not 12 years old. But if you're watching this video, do you have that mentality of that 12-year-old Jesus? I got to be about my father's business. I got to stay hungry for doing what he wants me to do. I had to stay hungry for his word. I had to stay hungry for his righteousness. I had to stay hungry to watching souls getting saved, from watching people get delivered, from watching people get set free. Let me keep it real with y'all on this morning as I come to a close. I want y'all to remember the lives that you are touching today and the lives of the ones that you're going to touch today. Let me keep it real with you. They're not going to look like the ones that's been in church 24/7. So what we got to do is have that grown-up mentality of, you know what, we each one teach one. We have to have that grown-up mentality of reaching out to those that are lost and bringing them into the relationship with Christ and telling them, you know what, look, this same Jesus saved my life. So because he saved my life, I know he can do it for you too. But a lot of us don't have that mentality. We have that snobbish, stuck-up mentality of, I got mine, so you better get yours. Or I got mine, so if you don't look the way that I look, if you don't act the way that I act, and if you don't do the things that I do, then you don't have no relationship with the Lord. But let me keep it real with you. If we keep that mentality, we're going to miss out on our blessing. Because the same Jesus that saved your life is still in the saving business today. So let's not act like we've always had it all together. So let's grow up, be about our Father's business, and have that right mentality. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on tomorrow. Peace.